A PhD in law. When you hear that, it might just sound like another degree, right? More books, more lectures. But what if it's actually something much, much bigger? What if it's the key that lets you stop just practicing law and start shaping it? Okay, let's get into it and see what the real power behind a doctorate in law is all about. So, picture this. You've done it. You have that law degree in your hand after years of hard work. But now, what's the next move? Where do you go from here to make a real impact? If you've been asking yourself those exact questions, well, you're in the right place. When someone says lawyer, what's the first thing you think of? For almost everyone, it's that classic image, isn't it? The black coat, the dramatic arguments in a packed courtroom. That's the picture we all know. But we're here to look way beyond that frame. Because a PhD in law is your ticket to go so much further than that courtroom scene. It's the difference between being a player in the game and being the person who can actually change the rules. It's about becoming an architect of the legal system itself. And that right there, that's the fundamental shift. It's no longer just about being a great lawyer who knows how to apply the current rules. The goal becomes so much bigger. It's about shaping the entire legal framework, influencing how laws get written, how they're understood, and how they work in the real world. So, let's ask the obvious question. Where does this power actually come from? How does a PhD open up this whole other world that's so different from the traditional path? The engine behind all of this change is something called original research. And listen, this is not just about writing stuffy academic papers that nobody reads. Think about it for a second. One single solid piece of research that you create could end up directly influencing a new law, changing how a judge sees a case, or even shifting an entire country's public policy. You're not just commenting on the law, you're joining the conversation that actually defines it. So how do you get there? Well, it's pretty much a three-step journey. First, you master those advanced research skills, learning how to really take apart the most complicated issues. That leads to step two. You become a genuine go-to expert in your chosen area, whether that's something like human rights or cutting-edge tech law. And then comes the final, most exciting step. You use that deep expertise to directly shape policy, not just in your own country, but on the world stage. Okay, so we've talked about the power that comes with a PhD. Now let's get practical. How does that translate into actual real-world jobs? What new career doors does this level of knowledge and skill really swing open? The source material we're looking at calls it a magical key. And honestly, I think that's the perfect way to describe it. It's a key that unlocks career paths that, frankly, most people with a standard law degree would never even think about. Entire worlds that exist far beyond the courtroom. And look at the variety of paths this opens up. You could become a university professor, shaping the next generation of lawyers with your research and teaching. Or maybe you're more of a policy person. You could work at a think tank or directly for the government, where your analysis lays the groundwork for huge legal reforms. Imagine your research on digital privacy becoming the basis for a new national law. And it doesn't stop there. Your skills are incredibly valuable to big corporations and international bodies like the UN or the World Bank, helping them solve their toughest challenges. You're not just getting a job, you're finding a platform for your voice and your ideas. And that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? These aren't just jobs for the sake of a paycheck. These are roles where your unique knowledge is put to work to literally help build a country's future. Your expertise becomes a national asset. Now, we've talked about all this incredible potential, but let's get real for a minute and ask the most important question of all. Is this really long, really challenging path the right one for you? Let's break it down. Looking at it this way makes the choice a lot clearer. On one side, you have the PhD path. This is for the person whose goal is deep, long-lasting impact through research and policy. Your motivation? A genuine love for digging deep into a subject. And your focus is all about shaping the future of law. Then, on the other side, you've got the practice path. This is often for people who thrive on that courtroom adrenaline, the thrill of the debate, and the fast pace of the corporate world. Here, the focus is on mastering and applying the law as it exists right now. At the end of the day, there's no better option here. It's a deeply personal choice. It all boils down to what really gets you excited. Do you want to be a master of the system we have, or do you want to be one of the people designing the system of tomorrow? Which brings us right back to our big idea. Deciding to pursue a PhD in law isn't just about choosing a school or a career. It's a decision to become something more. So do you want to just operate within the legal system, or do you want to be someone who actually builds it, refines it, and makes it better for the generations to come? Do you want your ideas to echo in the halls of justice long after you're gone? The opportunity is there for the taking. So the only real question left is, are you ready to be the architect of that change?